Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and welcome to another live color along. Happy Thursday. How is everyone doing? Good morning to Miss Melody, who I haven't seen in a dog's age. And who else is here with us this morning? Bonnie Hughes. Good morning, everyone. So if you're here with us for the very first time, please don't be shy and say hello. We are coloring a page from Color Along Variety Coloring Book Volume 16. Can you believe it, Melody and Bonnie? 16 volumes. Holy moly is all I have to say to that. Holy moly. So I'm assuming that my sound is good. I think it is because I could hear me. If you are willing to share this video, share on, you feel free to share this onto a coloring group or to wherever you feel like sharing it. Sometimes it does not give me the option to share. I don't know why. So give me a thumbs up or a happy face or heart or, I don't know, a dancing emoji, who knows, just to let me know that you can hear me, so my sound is good. I think that everyone can hear me. I wish that I could invite more people. Let me see if I can on a different device. Hold on one second. See if we can invite people in a different way. Okay, so someone's throwing a heart up, so that must mean that we can hear me. That we can hear me. Don't you love when people say that? We can hear me. It's like we. It's like when you go to the doctor and they say something like, how are we doing? How is our foot today? Right? And you're like, what the heck are you talking about? All right, let's see. Share this video. No, I don't want to do that. Good morning to Abby. Abby's watching. Carrie is watching. Good morning, Carrie. She says, hi, everyone. Sound is good. But apparently, I can see more comments on my phone than on my computer. I don't know why that is, but I'll see if I can bounce between the two. Sarah's here with us this morning. Good morning, Sarah. I know we missed you last week. I know, Bonnie. Wow, right? So many crazy volumes. Remember the very first one? That was nuts. I remember sitting here by myself like I was talking to myself. Good morning to Jean Mellinger. Lynn Miller is here with us this morning. Sharon is here with us this morning. She says the sound is good. All right, let's see. I need to refresh. Alexandria is here this morning. Good morning. Hey, Alexandria. Lynn Fasella is here. A lot of people are already here. Let's let the room fill. Mary Hannah is watching. Good morning to Mary Hannah. I'm going to kind of keep my phone over to the side so I can see if I can keep up with everything, you know? All right. So, volume 16. Thank you, Melody. Melody said Melody said she shared it to groups. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, my friend. Haven't seen Melody at a color along in quite some time. I'm glad you're here, Melody. Let's see. So we are on volume 16. Today we're doing Speckled. Listen, I gotta tell you guys something. This is not technically a like an art term or like a technical art technique. I made it up. Aaron Jessica Leda, Alexandria. How's it going, my friend? You missed, did you see last week's color along when we worked on texture? I was watching what the heck was I watching? Oh, I was watching like an old episode of America's Got Talent when that guy Sal was on and he was talking to Heidi Klum. Has anyone ever seen that? What the heck is his last name? No, now I don't know his last name. Sarah's telling us I work 7 to 3. I can watch this week. I'm off on Thursdays for 3 weeks. Oh, cool. Then we'll expect you. Don't be late. Jennifer Nicole Scarabin, how in the world are you, my friend? I was just looking at your Facebook page yesterday. You popped up across the screen, and I said, boy, I haven't talked to her in a long time. I need to shoot her a message. Yeah, this is a change, right? I'm liking it. I've got a big change to what's happening with schedules. It's funny because one of my friends and a couple of family members were like, what? I thought it was different. But anyway, I guess they were paying attention to what I was doing. I'm going to start coloring this mandala with some Prismacolor pencils as we talk about the change in the schedule and what happens. And we'll talk about what's coming up for May because we've got another camp coming up. So we're going to chat about a lot of different things as we're moving along. Talk about some new books I'm working on. and just, I don't know, color along seem to chat about anything else in the whole world, right? So I am using Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. What makes this Premier? I don't know. It's a landscape set. It pretty much has this particular color palette in it. I'll leave them right here. And Speckled, it's not really technically an art term. I made it up. I'm not gonna lie. I know it's like a mini reunion, isn't it? What's OG? I'm lost. What's an OG reunion? But it is like a little reunion, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. It's like back in the day. Remember back in the day? Maybe we should all be like, I don't know, autographing each other's, or signing each other's yearbook or something, right? Kind of crazy. All right, where was I? Speckled. It's just about creating some little dots on it. I made it up. Hey, I created it. I didn't, I try to keep these color alongs interesting with the different styles. And that's all I have to say about that. So it's not technically an art term. It's not, don't go look it up somewhere. Like, don't try to say, oh yeah, that technical art term, like impressionism, speckled. It's not like that. Good morning, Mamie. So I'm just going to color this center thing right here. So we've got a different schedule happening over the next, I don't know, I change things up. You got to change things up to keep things fresh in life, don't you think? I mean, I'm a very routine person, but I also do like to kind of change a little things up. And I think that if you change one thing in life, then everything kind of snowballs and kind of creates the ball rolling and gets the curve rolling. I know it's been forever since we've seen the OG. Thank you, Sarah. I'm a little out of it when it comes to the acronyms, I guess, or the texting. I don't know. The younger crowd has to help me out, apparently, isn't it? I do see your comment now, Alice. Yes, Ian, are you seeing my comments? I'm seeing it now. Maybe I saw one earlier. I don't know what's happening today, but I saw the comment before where it said shared. Sound is great. Yes, I do see it now, Alice. I'm sorry. I'm going to be watching the comments on my phone and on the computer. How are the girls? Abby is asking. The girls are great. They're behind me right now. They are, I don't know what they're doing, but I don't want to bother them because they're a little bit, they're quieter than usual. And I don't know, they're doing good. I just feel like they're like two little old ladies lately, you know? Paisley is now 7, and Scarlett is now 9.5. She's going to be 10 in July. I can't even believe it. Just time flies, doesn't it? So we've got this new schedule happening with color-alongs on Thursdays, and draw-alongs are continuing on Wednesdays. Our draw-along book that we're working on right now is Volume 4. And we are going to be starting Volume 5. I'm not sure if it's going to be July or August, to be honest with you. I have to see how soon it can be live on Amazon is where I'm really kind of stuck. And then Mondays, I've been doing painting classes, and we're calling them painting retreats, and I'm continuing every Monday. You can just kind of sign up on a monthly basis. It's not an ongoing subscription or membership or anything, and we've been having a lot of fun in that group. So if anyone's interested in joining a painting class, you could join for just 4 weeks and skip another 4 weeks, or but once you get the painting bug, you get the painting bug, don't you think? Melody, I think you would agree with me. Jennifer says, I miss those Ruffs. I know, aren't they? They're just the cutest little dogs, let me tell you. Wasn't sure because I know Facebook has issues. Yeah, there was some issues the other day. I was having issues with Facebook. I don't know what was happening, but it was crazy. So that color I just used is called I was going to pronounce it in French, I guess, but it's in English, it's called Tuscan Red. And then Facebook is doing that to everyone who goes live. Jennifer's telling me they only see some comments, not all. Yeah, I don't understand why that's happening. I almost was daring enough to do a live stream on Instagram while I was doing this, but I kind of freaked out and didn't do it. So here we are. Here just together on Facebook. This one is called Light Cerulean Blue. To answer Sarah's question about the Arteza colored pencils, I have never used them. Lynn says it's good to paint every day. Go, congratulations about getting those as a gift. Lynn says it's good to paint every day, and Sharon is agreeing with me about looking forward for the painting treats. I think once you get the painting bug, you're stuck, right? You're hooked. It's funny because I don't know if this is about happens to anybody else, but when I'm painting, I am not, or even any other type of art. Well, maybe charcoal. I do immediately go wash my hands, because if you ever have charcoal on your hands and you eat a sandwich, I'm telling you, the bread is black, right? The bread is black. What the heck? The bread is black. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Mandy Bradley. I can see who's watching on my phone, but if you're here for the first time, say hello. I gave up YouTube. I did, Abby. You know why? It was too difficult for people to comment. It was too difficult for people to, like, I know Mamie was having a problem, and there was a lot of people that wanted to watch, and they couldn't watch, and it was just difficult. Yeah, Sharon's paintings are absolutely beautiful, and I love how Sharon paints something and then says, oh, I don't know, this is going to be a challenge, and she always over-delivers on the results. Did you all see that bridge painting? That was absolutely beautiful. Sharon's using Arteza colored pencils right now. Good morning, Mandy Bradley. How did you find us, Mandy? I feel like it's more of a, I get more exposure on Facebook, Abby, than I was getting on YouTube. YouTube is difficult sometimes, you know? It's really hard. I was going to try to upload these replays to YouTube, but I'm not really sure. I like being in the coloring groups, kind of being around what's happening here in the coloring groups. You've never used Arteza anything, Melody? I love Arteza paints. I do find them quite expensive, to be perfectly honest with you. So that part is kind of a deterrent for me. I think they're a little pricey. Oh, it was in your newsfeed. Oh, awesome. Cool, Mandy. They're a little expensive. This one is called Goldenrod. I think they have a sale right now on some paint. I use the Arteza craft paints and their Arteza in the tube paint, but I've never bought any of their colored pencils or anything. I tried to do a giveaway with Arteza, and they told me no, because I need to have 10,000 followers or something crazy. Speaking of giveaways, there's a giveaway happening right now on Instagram that I've partnered up with Deborah Muller from Chubby Mermaid Art. You all know Deborah's artwork. She pumps out coloring books faster than I pump out coloring books. And with Spare Farben. And you can go over to Instagram. It's only an Instagram giveaway. Head over to my Instagram page. It is Instagram. My Instagram handle is Anne.Manera. So, you can win a PDF copy of my book, Mushroom Mania. And then I think it's Fairy Wedding that Deb is giving away. And then you can get a 96 set of Spare Farben pencils. So head over to that giveaway on Instagram. I think it's pretty cool. It's our very first Instagram giveaway together. I'm sure we'll be doing something else. We've had pretty good results. And, of course, Deborah's always fun to work with and do a project with. You've never tried Arteza products, anything, Bonnie? Yeah, I mean, they're okay. I just think they're very expensive. Sarah's saying look for the sale, look for the deals. I agree with her, you know. Who are we calling Dot? Are we calling me Dot? Who do they call Dot? Is that like a Dorothy nickname, right? So Mandy, this is I'm live every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, or EDT as they say. I always just call it EST. We color from one of my Color Along books. This was volume 16. There's 22 pages in this book that we're going to be coloring, and it's a lot of fun. We kind of gather together. We talk about weird stuff. It has to be happy. Oh, Anne.Manera. Oh, got it. I know. You know what happened, Lynn? I had an Instagram page, and it was hacked. So someone took it. So I had to create a new account. I don't know. There's all this crazy stuff. Does anybody use Snapchat? How about TikTok? I'm hooked on TikTok lately. I don't know what it is. I gotta get it off my phone, I think, because I've gone down the Dr. Pimple Popper road on TikTok. Has anyone else gone down that road? It's a black hole, if you ask me, and I don't know if I'm ever coming back from it because, oh my goodness. Castle Arts Botanical Pencil Collection is what Melody just got. How about those Cezanne ones that Marianne had been posting? She loves those. Anyone else have those Cezanne pencils? Those are kind of on my list. The other thing that's on my list are those Bic Conti pencils. Oh, Brutfuner. How do you say it? Brutfuner? Is that how you say it, Sarah? Yeah, I want to get those also. I would love to get them to do a giveaway, right? That would be fun. I try to get as many giveaways as possible. I always try to contact somebody to do something, to give stuff away. I've done a lot of Black Widow giveaways in the past. This color is called Chestnut. Yeah, those Castle Art pencils are popular, aren't they, Sarah? I think they are. I'm going to go over this chestnut color with this goldenrod color. So today feels like winter in my neighborhood. It's not nice outside at all. It's kind of gloomy, gray skies. I have the heat on. This is crazy. Remember the summer? There was a summer a few years ago here in where I live where it just did not get warm all summer. I feel like that's going to be one of those summers. What do you think? Who else? What do you think, Sharon? Sharon's here. They're like another set I won from Dia called Guang Hui. I'll have to try the square pencils. I'm just going to call them the square pencils because I don't really know how to pronounce that. Is it a German brand? So I'm working on some new books. I am working on the Coloring Handbook, Volume 3. And what else am I working on? Draw Along, Volume 5 is complete. I just need to kind of finalize it so we can start that sometime in the summertime. I need to look at the calendar. And where else am I working on? I'm going to be doing a painting handbook, but it's just hasn't made it to my list yet, to my to-do list yet. Good morning, Mary Hannah. Sharon says, I remember that. I keep putting off changing my clothing around. I thought you were going to charge our clothing. That would be cool if we could charge our clothes and that could be heat, wouldn't it? I don't change my clothes around like that. You mean like put winter clothes away and take summer clothes out? Never. I never do that. Because I wear long sleeves throughout the summer. I don't know. I don't ever want to be hot enough that I have to like wear less clothes like that. I want to have air conditioning around me. I want the temperature to just be at the optimal temperature that I'm enjoying, right? I don't want to be hot. I don't want to be cold. I don't want to sweat. Do you have a pencil sharpener that can sharpen square? Sarah's asking me. I don't. I do not. This Bostitch pencil sharpener will not sharpen square, so I would have to invest in a different pencil sharpener too. Oh, allergies are bad for me too lately too, Alice. I don't know. You had 3 trees removed? That's always a project, isn't it? When they remove trees. I had a tree removed from across, there was a tree that was removed from across the street from me last year. And this woman that lives in it was removed because it was dangerous, right? It was going to fall down in a hurricane. It was going to hit someone's house, my house, my neighbors, 2 neighbors' houses. It was really bad. We tried for like 3 years to get this, maybe more than that actually, maybe 5 or 6 years to get this tree removed. And while they were removing it, my neighbor came over with her 2-year-old son and walked right over to the guy while they were removing the tree, like in the danger zone part of the tree removal area. And she was going to protest getting the tree coming down. I thought she was going to chain herself to the tree. It was, I know she didn't really know the whole story about why the tree was coming down, but It was pretty dangerous that she walked over to the tree like that. Walked right into it. Like, excuse me, man with the chainsaw. Calm down. Tomorrow we get to wear our PJs to work. Sounds fun. Don't think I would like that. Lynn Miller is saying, I would change mine with a fat burning mechanism. That's a good idea. I always switch my summer and winter clothes around. Bonnie Hughes says, really? I never do. Lynn says, I don't change the clothes around. All clothes are in the same closet. I wear the same clothes throughout the year. I do too, Lynn. I wear the same clothes throughout the year. It's my comfortable clothes. Look, I'm a little particular about my clothes, what I wear. I don't know. It stops me from thinking about too much. It's kind of like, I don't know. I try to save my creativity for other things besides clothes. You like my take on this picture, Sarah? I'm not even thinking about it, to be honest with you. And I didn't want it to be like all like, I want to say girly. But hey, Marianne, I didn't want it to be all like, pinks and purples and stuff like that. Yeah, a dead tree is always a dangerous tree. Right, Alice? I agree with you. This tree was alive that got cut down, but it was dangerous because it was going to come down in a big wind. Let me tell you. How is that guy from Australia, Bonnie Hughes is asking? I haven't talked to Albert Jones in a long time. I don't know how he is. I remember talking to him at the beginning of the pandemic, and then after that, I really haven't really talked to him since. I do need to get in touch with him with another giveaway, though. The next coloring camp is going to be May 12th through 16th, and it's all of my favorite artists because April is, I'm going to take this light blue, actually, and see if I can blend it into this light blue, which was light cerulean, and this one is called cloud blue. Kind of looks like a cloud, right? I'm going to blend it on top of this. So my next coloring camp is going to be 5 days instead of 7. I think it would be better for us. It's going to be Wednesday through Sunday, May 12th through May 16th. And it is sponsored by 5 of my favorite coloring book artists that I started with 6 years ago. April marks my 6th year coloring book anniversary. The end of April is when I published my very first coloring book, when I one day stumbled upon an article in the newspaper about coloring books and adult coloring books and had no idea about any of it. And I just kind of read this article about this local person, believe it or not. I tried to chat with her a little bit, but I really have never had any luck talking to her. But I read this article in the local newspaper about coloring books, and she had just published her very first adult coloring book, and I had been working on a series of paintings. Many of you have heard this story a million times before. I was working on a series of paintings in the winter of 2015 because it was like blizzard after blizzard after blizzard here on that winter. And I decided I'm going to give this a try. So I gave it a try. I gave myself a week to put a coloring book together and put my first book together. The next thing you know, I did the second one. Then I did the third one. And then you guys know the story from there. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. I can't even believe it's been 6 years. Sarah says that I don't change. I just pick the short sleeves a lot anyway. I don't change them either. Yeah, mine are in the same closet, but they are moved to the sides, and the current season is in the middle. That's my changing clothing system. Do you have them labeled? And especially in New England, it's always different, right? Alice says, I have a lot of clothing, but only wear certain items. Me too. I'm kind of gravitate towards only the certain things, and I'm with Lynn with everything goes with black. I like the colors, and beautiful picture is beautiful. Thank you, Abby. Sarah says we had a storm once last year that pulled a tree from its roots out, slowly chopping it down. I know, what a pain in the neck, right? Oh no. Barry says I have poison ivy on my property. I do too. So bad. Let me tell you, I had it pulled, most of it pulled out, but I was looking yesterday to see what was happening. I'm using vinegar, salt, and dishwashing liquid to get rid of it. Hopefully starting to work. Let me know how that goes because I have tried everything. Somebody told me to use vodka. I don't know. Seems like a waste of vodka to me. But that seems like an expensive way to do it, you know? I've tried everything. I had to actually go with, which I didn't want to, I had to actually go with like a toxic weed killer, Roundup or something. It's been really bad. I mean, I'm a step away from getting a goat. You know? That would be the easiest way. Lynn says, I have a few tops that are for painting items. I usually don't wear them outside. I have to change my, I have several painting shirts. But I'm going to tell you, the other day, I've started a new painting shirt. I've thought about taking the paint that's on my painting shirt and turning it into a t-shirt on Amazon. I thought that would be kind of funny. I just actually created, speaking of Amazon, I just actually created 12 more tote bags. And, you know, I'm struggling to get like one link for all of my tote bags and all of my throw pillows. But if you are interested in those tote bags, you just have to, when you go to Amazon, you just have to say, search it, search Anne Manera tote bags or Anne Manera throw pillows, and they'll come up. I try to post as much as I can with links, but sometimes it's a little difficult. Sarah says, I'm glad you started that first coloring book 6 years ago. Thank you so much, Sarah. Bonnie says, me too. Oh my goodness. Sharon says, my husband is so allergic to poison ivy and he uses vinegar and salt as a paste on it and it draws it out so it won't spread. I'm extremely allergic to poison ivy to the point where one time, well, I get it internally, so I have to really be careful. In my throat, like that. I never knew that vinegar and salt would pull it. I didn't realize that. That is good to know. And it's kind of early for poison ivy too. Maybe the poison ivy that I had in my yard, Mary, is actually gone because last year I had it pulled out, and maybe it's not coming back. Let's cross our fingers for that. Oh, Sarah has the cats and kittens tote bag. Isn't it adorable? Hey, you know what's the best part about those tote bags is the size, right? The size of them is incredible. I have the gnomes one that you color. And I was actually surprised. I mean, I knew what the size was going to be, but I don't know what it was. In my head, I wasn't really visualizing it to be that large. Plus, it's a shoulder bag, which I love that part. The only part that I do not like about it is that it doesn't have a zipper. But I think you could easily sew a zipper into it. Wouldn't you think? Don't you think, Bonnie? What do you think, Sarah? Don't you think you could easily put a zipper in it? I mean, I'm sure you could take it somewhere or you could do it yourself. All right, so this one is called Sap Green Light. Now, why isn't it called Light Sap Green? Look how creamy it makes this, this other green. What was that called? Was it called Olive or did I use this one? I think I used Peacock. Tammy wishes it was smaller. Yeah, I love a big bag. I always have the most oversized bag anyway. So, you know, you need to have like a bag to keep all your stuff. You don't know what the stuff is going to be. I'm always the person that someone says, do you think you can put this in your pocketbook for me? Anyone else that person with a big bag? I always have a huge bag with me. As a matter of fact, I had gone to the doctor's one time and I put my bag down and the person that was I was ready to step on the scale, and the person that was standing there said to me, maybe we should put that bag on the scale. So she was giving me a hard time. Yeah, I think it's Peacock too. Definitely think it's Peacock. I think I could try putting a zipper in the gnome one. I wish I could just buy every single one of my tote bags, but it's not affordable for me to buy every single one. I've noticed that most coloring artists make pages with a lot of details. I actually like your style, Alice is telling me, with wide open spaces because I can show my own creativity. Do you usually carry a backpack, Lynn? Lynn, I should send you the link to the bag that I have because it's this nylon bag that's got a million pockets. It's a shoulder bag, like a tote. I think it was only like $16.99 on Amazon. I love it. I just bought one for somebody too. Not good colors, but I wanted something that I could just have a lot of pockets. Yeah, speckled is more like stippling, I guess. You know, because it's more like more of an accent type thing. Um, I'm just going to, and I've got a few different pens. I have a Papermate Flare medium tip. I've got this dollar store color flow pen. I don't know if that's going to work too well. And then I have this Pilot black pen. And I'm just going to kind of, I like all of them, Sarah. And the price on them is, my cost on them is no less than what you guys pay. So there's my problem. I wish I had like a wholesale price for them, but I don't. So this is I'm just doing like many, 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 many different layers of that gold in the middle. So it kind of has like a sheen to it. Yeah, the green looks pretty, doesn't it? You know, Alice, when I first started coloring books, I used to get frustrated. And one of the first things I noticed was that, how are these people coloring these pages that look like this? That are all all tiny spaces, intricate spaces. How are they doing it? I don't know if I can stand it. And it leaves no room for anything else. And so I started doing bigger spaces with less intricate designs. And then my coloring books actually got noticed by this organization that is for activity directors at nursing homes and senior centers, and they actually kind of put their stamp of approval on them that they're much better. But now throughout the pandemic, it's been a little different. I used to have a nursing home, or it wasn't really a nursing home, it was more of a day center for elderly people that was buying my coloring books. I'm going to see what I can do with some Inktense pencils with this section here. Let's see if we just add, let's see what happens if we add yellow to this on top of it, of what will happen. Look at the change in color with this. It almost looks like wood, doesn't it? It really blends it together. Really kind of just makes it pop. What a difference right there. I mean, I could kind of add a little bit of yellow there for those tips. Let me see if it does. You know what this is reminding me of? A loaf of bread. What's a color along without the mention of food, right? Yeah, well, Hypnotic is another ball game, Lynn, you know? Like, that book, that was an accident, right? That was like, that one just kind of created itself. I didn't mean to create Hypnotic. I just pressed the wrong button in my computer. And it was like, oops. And then Patchwork Frenzy just kind of became a little more complicated, and then Mesmerize and Dazzling. So I did start doing some that were really more complicated, but I don't know. Whatever happened to Lisa, who was coloring at an elderly place? Oh, Lisa Ackroyd. I hear from her once in a while. She's really not very active in coloring. Well, she is, I guess. I mean, she still kind of buys some books and everything. I do hear from her from time to time, and she does not do that coloring group at that elderly place anymore. It stopped like long before the pandemic. I know, I did. I dared you to color it, and you all stepped up to the plate, right? Alice says, I've been eating a lot of chicken. I know, me too. I've been eating a lot of chicken, too. Although, I always have to throw in pizza. I'm going to take this flare, this Papermate flare, and I'm going to add some speckles before I get to the edge, just to see how we like it. And I'm just going to kind of add some little tiny... I should zoom in a little bit. Let me just zoom in just a tad bit. So hang on to your hat. Just a tiny bit. You missed my grayscale books, Melody. I know, I need to work on some more grayscale books. I haven't actually published a coloring book in a while. Well, I don't even remember the last one I did. Maybe it was Little Boxes. I think it was Little Boxes. I've thought about doing a Little Boxes grayscale book. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Little Boxes grayscale. Maybe I should do that. The last time we did a color along, everyone gave me a huge list. So I am working on another book. I'll show it to you, actually. Let me see, where is it here? I think it's right here. Oh, I'm working on this style. This, like these types of shapes, and then they're filled with this type of thing. So this is actually the beginnings of another book. And then what will happen is pages will have, like, this will be one page, but then I'll have another page where this is kind of like completely blown up across the page. Kind of like how Big Spaces, not Big Spaces, Bursting Mandalas is. This one here, again, that type of thing. I'm not sure about this type of line weight between everything. See how that has a thicker line? Not sure about that. Here's another one that's kind of similar to this. So this is one of the things I've kind of been chipping away at. One of the books I've been chipping away at. I've actually been working on this other book. I'm not really sure about this, so let me know what you all think about this. Let me put this pen down and talk about this. This is a, what the heck is that number right there? Oh, an order number for something I wanted. We'll include that in the book. I thought about doing a book that has houses from the camp book. So here's one kind of like a little bit of a scribble, a sketch. I'm not sure about this house. What do you think about these? I was going to do, can you do the grayscale with pictures like the other ones? What do you mean? Like the grayscale books? What do you mean by that, Melody? I think grayscale little boxes would be cute. But get this right here. Yeah, so I'm thinking that it could be, I have to write this down, grayscale little boxes. Yeah, I'm thinking that the grayscale book with little boxes would be just like the little boxes. I mean, do we like the little boxes book? But it would be just all little miniature, little smaller photographs. Yes, grayscale photographs. Paisley makes friends. Paisley, yeah, we did say that, right? I have that written down actually. So inside the little boxes would be smaller versions of grayscale photographs. Right? So the houses idea is that it would be the houses from the camp houses. That's where it kind of like came up. Yes, I think I will do it, Melody. I'm going to do a little boxes one. I mean, it doesn't have to be as small as the little boxes book, but it could be that size. Then I have this other house, which I'm kind of working on. I'm not sure. Of course, every time I do a mushroom, I think of my friend Lynn Miller, who just does not like mushrooms. And then here's one that is just kind of a pencil sketch. I guess I should get rid of that number. I don't know what that number is. It might be an order number for something I ordered. I think it might be. Let's erase it. The dogs and their cousins. I know, I did want to do a book about my dog's little dog cousins. There's so many books, right? Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'll kind of like jump on top of the, like go with like a spin-off of the other houses that are in the books, in the camp books, right? I don't know. Can you see this kind of little one? It kind of looks like, let me see. This is just in pencil. And I mean, I would love them to be a little bit more intricate, but at the same time, I don't really want them to be like, you know, I don't want to copy anybody. I don't want to be too much like, what's her name? Hannah Carlzon, I guess is her name. Is that her name? Her books are really intricate. And you know, of course, it's not going to be like, oh, let's take 2 years to draw a book. That would drive me crazy to have to take all that time to draw a book. But this is just basically kind of like the beginnings of this house book, kind of putting these little things of grass here. So kind of just sticking with kind of the usual. It's not a phone number. I know. It's not a phone number. It's an order number. I don't even know what it was an order number from. All I know is that I've ordered a few things lately, and when I've gotten the package in the mail and gotten it delivered, the whole order is not in the box, and it's been driving me really crazy. So this is just basically kind of like inking it, you know. But I won't bore you with that. We'll have to. I'll have to work on some more of these houses. So the house book is kind of a cool book to work on, you know. Alice always loves the fence. I always think of you when I draw a fence like that too. Do I ever hear from Dawn Boyer or Nola Hensel? I talk to Nola Hensel all the time. Yeah, I do hear from Dawn Boyer. I don't know. I kind of just like stay in my own little world, Sarah. I don't know what it is. I think that I don't know about you, but I think that the whole pandemic has just like changed my thinking of what is important, don't you think? What's important in life and what's not important and how you spend your time. Does anyone else had that feeling? What your priorities are, and I don't know. What are you going to waste your time on, not waste your time on? Hey, Julie, haven't seen you in a long time. Somebody named Tina just popped in. Who was that? Is that Tina Golden, I think, maybe? I'm not sure. So I'm just adding these little specks here. So it's kind of like stippling. That's kind of like a crafty type thing with the dots. Pointillism is more, Mary had made a comment about, yeah, I'm going to do that grayscale, the little boxes of photographs, Melody. Stay tuned. Mary was asking, what about pointillism? She thought pointillism was all about this whole stippling thing. And no, because pointillism is more about actually creating a cluster of dots in color to create another color. So for example, you would put red and white or red and yellow, and from a distance it would basically turn to orange. Sarah says, I spend time the same way as I always has, I guess, just more tired. You think you do? Yeah, I know. Everybody is just so tired, right? Crazy, isn't it? Lynn says, yup, I also do a lot of leave me alone as I've learned how to entertain myself. Me too. Yep. Or the simple things in life. Simple, I don't know. I mean, I'm not talking about like where, I don't know. There was like a big, and plus like what you waste or what you don't waste, you know? Life is different. What do you want to go back to that you were stopped from doing before that maybe is like, that wasn't that great. I'm happy not doing it, or I don't miss it as much. Thank you, Marianne. Sarah says, I also cry more about what's going on in the world. Oh, I hear you, Sarah. Isn't it amazing? I know. It's incredible what's happening. What a time to live through, isn't it? All right, so this is still this light cerulean blue. And what I thought I would do is add that lighter blue on top of it to make it really creamy. Abby's saying, have you ever heard from, did you hear back from the Diamond Art Club? No, they do not want my paintings for diamond paintings. I have given up, to be honest with you. I don't know what to do. I just decided that I have some paintings available on my website now that I can turn into diamond paintings on my own and with using a different company. And that's the end of that. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you, Sarah. That's a good one. Spending more time with family. Yep. But so many things are just not in existence anymore, right? Like so many things have closed or are closing. Went by this store yesterday that is a paint store that has been open for like decades upon decades, and they are actually closing. And I was kind of sad for them. But, I mean, I guess they have the right. They can close. Lynn says, I agree. I used to go to the theater events almost every week. I like virtual theater better. Theater that I can watch on my computer or iPad. No parking, no traveling, no talking to people. No germs, right? Well, of course, my favorite thing is having things delivered. Why not? And plus, it's so much cheaper. You got to admit. Even my dogs are into it. They always know the smell of an Amazon box. Sarah says, I would like a diamond painting of yours, but they are too big. Really? Oh, well then tell me what size to do. I can do a different size, I think. I have never diamond painted, so I'm going to tell you, I'm afraid that I'm going to drop all the little diamonds and all the little pieces, and I'm going to have a dog eat them, and my little hobby of diamond painting is going to turn into $1,000 at the vet. So, I have not. Treasure Studio Arts is what Melody is telling me to talk to. Talk to Rachel. Well, I have to write this down. Hold on a second. Isn't it? I agree with you, Bonnie. Bonnie says, having things delivered is like having Christmas every day. Do you ever wonder, I feel like I have something delivered every single day. And I feel like if it's a day that is not going to have anything delivered, it's like kind of a letdown. You know, it's like boring. I have to write this down. Treasure Studios Arts. Treasure Studios Arts. Rachel. Okay, thank you, Melody. Melody, are you still... no grocery stores deliver food where Melody lives. Everybody delivers everything where I live. It's wonderful. Let me tell you. Especially a Whole Foods delivery. Lynn says, delivery is wonderful. You can get everything you want. You can, right? Wish I could have food delivered, but I live in the country. I know. I feel bad for my country folk friends. Because having stuff delivered is incredible. I mean, I live where you can you can have something delivered from a restaurant at 4 a.m. So I haven't done that. I keep it to daylight hours with my deliveries. But I gotta say, Amazon delivers up to like 10 o'clock, which kind of bugs me a little bit because I think that's kind of late to have a delivery. All right, so I'm just speckling this blue area, and I'm not going to speckle everything that's here. Yes, Amazon is my BFF too, Marianne. I really think that Amazon plays too much of a role in my life. I mean, let's think about it. I buy stuff on Amazon. I buy stuff on Whole Foods. I have things delivered from Amazon. Well, buying stuff from Amazon, having it delivered. I sell things on Amazon. I have Amazon on my TV. I listen to music from Amazon. I mean, what else is left? Maybe we could have like I don't know. Maybe, I'm surprised they don't have like Amazon online dating. That would be hysterical, actually. It could be like like-minded Amazon shoppers can get to know each other. So you put the little diamonds in Ziploc bags? Yeah, I'm still afraid I'm going to spill it. You know, Scarlett eats everything. And then my sister brings her puppy over, and he's like Hoover, the vacuum cleaner. He finds things in my house that I never thought I even found, like had. I mean, you could completely like vacuum and wash the floor, and then he shows up, and it's like, what's that piece of plastic sticking out of his mouth? He eats weird stuff anyway. It's insane what he eats. You know, there's just those dogs that just like eat anything. Amazon is controlling my life. You got it. You know, I hope that I will be able to experience the drone delivery from Amazon. Wouldn't that be exciting? Where the little drone delivers the package to you. I think that might actually be able to happen where I am because they're putting another Amazon warehouse pretty close to me. I'm not interested in having Alexa, to be honest with you, Alice. All right, I'll get the contact information. I'm not interested in having Alexa. I have Alexa on one of my TVs, but I have to press the remote control in order to talk to her. But let me tell you, I was watching this video last night about how our computers and our phones hear us. And like, you know, if you're thinking of something or if you are talking about something, it's like, oh, I'm talking about, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. I got to give this a sharpen. Hang on one second. You're lucky that none of your dogs have ever eaten them. Amazon is now entering the grocery market. What do you mean, Mary? Well, they own Whole Foods, so there's grocery right there, right? And then you can buy food on there. I buy food on there a lot. Like non-perishable. Oh, you mean like fresh food? I did see that. It's not available in my area, though. I buy a lot of like non-perishable stuff on Amazon by the case. They also sell little vacuums to sweep up the beads. Of course they do, Melody. Are they remote control too, like a Roomba? Bonnie says, I love having Alexa. I put my favorites playlist on it and it plays music all day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm usually kind of like no music playing all day long kind of person. I don't like to have a lot of like noise in the background. I don't know if I really want Alexa. I mean, never say never, right? So who knows? Echo Dot. Melody, could you imagine if that was the case? If it was a little vacuum cleaner like a Roomba? I don't know. We're definitely in the George Jetson era, in the Jetsons age, right? When you think about what happened on the Jetsons years ago when they had all different things like video chat. You like when Alexa talks on her own? Well, one day I was talking to Alexa with my remote control on my TV, because one thing I do like to do is I will shop on Amazon with Alexa, but for coloring books to see what type of words it's going, like what it'll bring up. So for example, when I'm creating a new coloring book, I'll do like research on Amazon through Alexa, and I'll say like, if I'm like when I did my gnome book, I'll say gnome coloring book. I want to see what people are looking for and what people are asking for, so I know what words to put in so people will find my books. So I do use it that way. But one day I was using Alexa and I was asking her all kinds of questions and she could not come up with an answer, and she said, I don't understand. So finally I just said, Alexa, you stink, just like off the top of my head. And her response to me was that, actually, I'm unscented. Maybe one day they will come up with a scented version. So I thought that was kind of funny. What does she say by herself? Oh, Cheryl's asking about my new iPad. I was talking about it last week because now I have Procreate. It's actually exciting. Let me see. It's not bad. I have an icon. Oh, hold on one second. I just dropped a very important piece of mail. I have just been kind of playing with it. I mean, you can't even really see it on the screen. I would show it to you, but it kind of like bounces to the reflection. But I'll have to take a picture of my screen and show it to you. But I'm still learning. I have it so that I can use Procreate and I can draw on my iPad and I can draw a coloring book. But I'm not there yet, so I'm still learning. So I will have to, what I'm working on now, those 2 coloring books we talked about, those will be done by hand. Good morning, Diana. Yeah, the Jetsons, right? You said it. So we've got coloring camp coming up in May. We've got May painting classes are continuing on Mondays. And I've been creating all of the paintings for those classes. Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, or EDT as they say. And they're kind of spring looking this time around. They're like different colors. And I'm working on that Coloring Handbook Volume 3, so that's going to be fun. I don't know what else is happening. Is there anything else happening that I'm working on? I can't even think. Sarah says, my husband bought a week's worth of food for emergencies. He's living for that someday if it ever happens. Well, I stock up on food like that now, like a maniac. So, I don't know. I'm like ahead. I feel like I have to constantly live ahead of, like, just in, just in case. I'm going to speckle the whole circle. No pattern, just kind of like random speckles. This pen is actually kind of cool. I don't usually use Papermate Flair pens. I don't even know why I have this. I know the Jetsons, right? Remember the Jetsons? Video talk, popping food in that little box to heat it up. Well, that's been around for a while. I was watching something on YouTube the other night about the future of what's going to be happening with robots and artificial intelligence taking over what people are doing. But, you still have to make sure that you have that human element, right? The human connection, like things like this. Sharon says, I am very interested in the Coloring Handbook 3 and the Painting Handbook. Well, I'll tell you what the Coloring Handbook, let me see if I have my folder here. One of the things that the Coloring Handbook 3 is going to have in it are, like the second one, it had a couple of articles in it. Oh, let me see if I have my scribble. It's going to have different topics like blend with markers, highlighters and colored pencils, creating contrasting colors. Well, contrasting colors, you can't create a contrasting color. How to frame a coloring page. Bokeh backgrounds, that's going to be another tutorial in it. Speckled will be in it, neutral colors. Sepia, how to color fur. Marbleizing, how to create like a marble look background. Grayscale illustration will be in it. There's going to be a couple of tutorials on embossing and using strokes for colored pencils. And then I've got a couple of different articles in it that I wrote. Coloring as therapy and finding your creative style. So that's what's happening with the Coloring Handbook. I do not know when it's going to be done. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't like to put a date on it because then I feel pressure. But I've just been kind of chipping away at it every day. All right, let's see if we can put kind of a bluish background to this, and then this will be complete. I had talked about doing that Coloring Handbook for the longest time, Sharon, and I just could not get myself to do it. And finally, just one day, I said, I have just got to sit down and do it. This is crazy. All I keep doing is thinking I can do it. I made it bigger than it really was. Do you ever have something you had to do in your life that was like, you kind of like procrastinated because it was bigger? You felt like you were making a bigger deal about it than it really was, when all you had to do was just do it? Anybody else have that happen? I love the Jetsons. Alice is saying, can you even watch that anymore? I think you can probably watch it somewhere, maybe on YouTube. Lynn says, hey, Rosie. Rosie the robot, exactly. Lynn says, I've always stocked up on food, power failure, storms, etc. Yeah, me too. I do that too. I stockpile a lot of food stuff. Well, like toilet paper and paper towel and, tuna. Can never have enough tuna. I do like to stockpile stuff, meat and stuff, in my freezer, but I gotta tell you, I threw away a lot of stuff last week because it just was like, this is old, it has freezer burn, and we gotta get rid of this. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm not eating as much of different things that I thought. Yeah, the marble is going to be cool. Because the marble is going to be all about, like for instance, on this background, you could easily kind of create like just some little lines and then kind of go off them. Oh, and there's going to be how to color a background with, see how that kind of has like a little bit of a little dip there? How to color backgrounds using an eraser. So using the eraser as a coloring tool. So it's going to be exciting. I actually like doing the coloring handbooks more than I like doing the coloring book. I mean, I do, but well, I'm hoping it's going to be out by at least June. That would be my goal. But you never know. The other ones came out sooner than I ever imagined. I got them finished quicker than I thought. I just kind of chip. I chip away every day at them. At least the outline is done for the painting handbook, so that part is good. All right, so there's my background. That was a Inktense pencil. It was called Sea Blue. And what's cool about Inktense pencils is you can go back in and you could just add water to them if you wanted to. And you could just kind of, it works like paint. So, but I'm just going to leave this the way it is. I'm going to call it done. I'm not going to do anything else to it. And our speckled effect is just those little teeny tiny black ones. I want to be like, to do like the Jetsons, walk into a place, shower, then it dresses you, then fixes hair, makeup, and then ready to go, Melody saying. Me too. I want to be able to stand there and just kind of like wave my, hey Naomi, wave my hands around and just go, poof, I'm done, right? You could just go, ooh. Sarah says, I saw an ad for Coloring Bliss using bleach. I would never do that. That would be very dangerous. I don't like the smell of bleach. How about salt with watercolors? Has anyone ever done that? This is the wrong cover. What am I doing? Losing my mind. Whew. Putting the wrong cover on the wrong thing. Thank you, Alice. I think it looks pretty. I think the color choices are different, right? And adding the little bit of black just kind of pops. Makes it pop a little bit. Makes it just kind of stand out. All right, so let's see what the next color along will be. I was going to use those Black Widow skin tones, but they never made it to the party, I guess. Oh, here's a grayscale page next week, Melody. This one is grayscale. We're using woodless colored pencils. I have a couple of brands of this. I have Koh-i-Noor colored pencils for woodless, and I also have Ashley Nicole. I really, really like Ashley Nicole pencils. And I don't even know if they still make them anymore, but those are really, really nice nice pencils. Lynn has done salt with watercolor. Not impressed. Interesting. I've never tried it. I don't know if I want to. I feel like the salt would be everywhere. So I'm really not sure if I want to get into that mess. All right, so next week we have, which is April 22nd, we'll be working on this page, which is woodless colored pencils. And then the week after that, we'll be working on shading with colored pencils. So we're kind of focusing on colored pencils a lot, right? For this kind of like square style mandala. I'll break out a different brand. I have some Black Widows. I have some Moped, maybe even some Faber-Castells. So we'll see what we can break out for this one. And just really kind of shade with colored pencils, creating some darks and some lights. And we will meet again next week. I really appreciate everyone joining me today. Thank you so much. It's always a fun time to hang out with you guys. Hope you have a great day today, and I will see you all next week. Thanks so much, everyone.